R.I.P. to Lee Brackett, who wrote Star Wars Episode 5 but passed away before the release, and R.I.P. to Carrie Fisher, who starred in Episode 8 but passed away before the release. These films couldn't have been anything without you. Both of these films are the second installment of their respective trilogies. The romance that began in the previous film is impacted by a love triangle. Two of the guys love the one girl in this triangle, and in this triangle, the one guy loves the two girls. In two of the movies, there's a battle on white terrain. The fight took place on snow over here, and in this movie, they fight on salt. There's an upcoming battle between good and evil, and it's all hands on deck. Obviously, both sides will experience a lot of injuries. In The Empire Strikes Back, they have state-of-the-art healing chambers that heals the injured, and the tanks stop water from spilling all over the floor. They're on a budget on The Last Jedi and couldn't afford the tanks, so the water gets everywhere. The battle begins and the Resistance is outnumbered and outgunned. Evil forces prevail in The Empire Strikes Back, and in The Last Jedi, because of the suicide bomber, the casualties are equal on both sides. After the scales start tipping in the favor of the Resistance, Darth Vader, not his master, intimidates his generals to get them to fight harder. In this movie, it's Snoke, not his student, that has to scare the generals because the master doesn't trust the student enough. Princess Leia orders an evacuation. Leia hasn't mastered the Force yet, but when the bad guys shoot a hole in the wall, the Force is strong with her and she ducks to get out of the way. She's mastered the Force in The Last Jedi, but when they shoot a hole in the wall, she gets caught up in the blast. The Resistance successfully escapes in this movie. In this movie, they escape for a little while, but the First Order catches up to them seconds later, which shows how advanced the Star Destroyers are over here. When you jump to light speed in Empire, your good is gone. In The Last Jedi, the Star Destroyers can track you. While the Resistance is on the run, in both movies, a young warrior gifted in the Force goes to an abandoned planet looking for a Jedi Master. Luke is annoyed by the old trainer, and in this movie, this time Luke is the annoying trainer and he's annoyed by the student. Luke is a survivor and always manages to survive long periods of time out in the wilderness. He'll do any and everything to make it out in the wild. He swallows some of the insides of the beast by mistake because he's unconscious when Han throws him in the belly of the beast. And he drinks the titty milk on purpose over here because there's nothing to drink on Ahch-To. There's no way for the Jedi Master to leave the planet since the X-Wing starfighter is submerged underneath the water. Yoda uses his mind to lift the X-Wing from the abyss, and this allows Luke to leave the planet later on. I'm pretty sure Luke could have used his mind to lift the ship, but he uses his mind to move his mind off the planet instead. Speaking of lifting things, Luke has far more training than Rey, and he struggles to lift a few rocks during his time with Yoda in this movie. In this movie, Rey barely trains, and she was able to lift a pile of rocks to rescue the Resistance fighters from the cave. The training leads the warriors into this cave where they have to face the dark side. Yoda tells Luke to go into the cave because he trusts the process. Luke forbids Rey to go down there because he's a horrible teacher. When the hero goes down there, they literally take a look in the mirror and face themselves. After this, tensions rise and the training comes to a screeching halt. Luke quits because he wants to leave early to save his friends. Luke quits here too, but it's Rey who leaves early to save her friends. When the Jedi have a disagreement in Empire Strikes Back, they agree to disagree, which is why Yoda lets Luke leave Dagobah. In The Last Jedi, when they have a disagreement, they give in to the dark side and duke it out. There's 3 generations of Jedi on the planet: Yoda, Yoda's student, and Yoda's student's student. When the youngest leaves the planet, the Force Ghost offers some advice to the Jedi Master. Yoda trusts Rey in this movie and tells Luke to help her.
Lose Rey? We must not.
Yoda doesn't trust Luke in this movie and tells Obi-Wan if he fails, at least he has a sister as a backup plan.
That boy is our last hope.
No. There is another.
Meanwhile, the good guys make friends with the Hustler. I don't know why they thought this would be a good idea, because it's obviously not. They get double-crossed by the Hustler after he makes a deal with the bad guys. Lando feels guilty and eventually apologizes. DJ doesn't care. The young Jedi returns from his or her journey to join the battle. There's a duel involving a red and blue lightsaber in both films. Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker fight one-on-one. In The Last Jedi, the red and blue lightsabers never cross blades. Rey and Kylo Ren use their lightsabers to fight off the elite Praetorian Guard. Luke and Vader's fight gets intense, and Vader disarms Luke, which causes Luke to lose an arm and the Skywalker family lightsaber. Kylo Ren and Rey's battle gets intense too. They both use the hell out of the Force, and this causes both of them to break the Skywalker lightsaber. Which brings up another difference between Empire Strikes Back and The Last Jedi. Luke gets stabbed by a red lightsaber in both movies. He doesn't feel a thing in The Last Jedi, but you could tell that hurt in Empire. After the battle, we get one of the biggest reveals of all time and learn Darth Vader is Luke's father.
I am your father.
There's a reveal of Rey's parents in The Last Jedi, but no one believes it because Kylo Ren lies a lot. And the hope is, Disney can't be this stupid to troll audiences like that.
Do you want to know the truth about your parents?
They were nobody.
They were filthy junk traders.
Yeah, right. Luke and Leia are the Resistance last hope since they're the only remaining young Force-sensitive characters. It seems like every kid under the age of 17 knows how to use the Force at the end of this movie.
It's so easy, a caveman could do it.
In the end, the bad guys win in this movie because the antagonists accomplish most of their goals. Luke falls for the trap, and after he learns who his father is, he begins to question everything Obi-Wan ever taught him. Plus, the bad guys still have Han. Kylo Ren and his army killed a lot of people, but they're 0-3 on executing their goals.
The Resistance is dead. The war is over. And when I kill you, I will have killed the last Jedi.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
And those are 24 reasons these movies are different. So truth or dare, like and share, leave a comment under there. If you don't, that's not fair. This thing took a week to prepare. But I'm not a rapper though.
Best elevator music I've ever heard.